stories that give us excitement, imagination, and so on. When it comes to a story, then we think that it might have happened before, or it might be an imagination. But think about the situation that future is going to talk about us. How would they talk? Like when we talk about our history, then we say that there were monkeys. Just get the hell out of that. Like we have arrived out of that. That's so nice. Like they were monkeys. Oh, this is the same thing that is going to be happen when our future generation will call us something, or they will give us some name, right? So this story is just like that. It will increase your imagination, as well as it will give you a point of view of our future generations. Okay, you will start thinking about that what is going to be happen in future, how will they survive, what are the things that is going to be invented, so many things. So as per your request, the fun they had, this is the chapter first of the class 9th. It is going to be started on vision, spoken English and grammar. So get ready for it. It says that Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary on the page number 17. He did 17 May 2157. It's going 2021. And this story belongs to 2157. It's not much, but still, it has more than 150 years ahead of us. Let's see what happens. Today, Tommy found a real book. Okay, today, Tommy found a real book. Okay, then what he did with it? It was very old. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on a paper. There was a time when all stories used to print it on a paper. There is a time, right? So, like they're talking about us. Awesome. So his grandfather is saying that in our history they used to print everything on pages, and they used to study with the help of that. But how would they study? I mean, even we will be replaced. There will be no teachers. Let's see what happens in the story. They turned the pages, which were yellow and crinky. It was awfully funny to read the words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen, And when they turned the back of the pages before, it had same words on it that they had when they read it in the first time. If you're having any printed paper that belongs to your history generations, just like the paper of your plot, or the paper or any agreement of your father or your mother, I mean, if you are having these papers, just try to read that. You'll laugh, and even it's possible that you won't be able to read that. Yeah, it is going to be happen. You know why? Because the words that are being used at this time will be completely different from the words that was being used in that generations. The change is compulsory, that, and change is. Geesh, said Tommy. What a waste! When you go through this book, you just throw it away, I guess. Our television screen must have had 1 million books on it, and it's good, and plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away. Same as mine, said Margie. And she was 11 and hadn't seen as many telebooks as Tommy had, because Margie is still a small girl as compared to that one, Tommy. So that is why Tommy has more education, more knowledge, and he has read more books as compared to Margie. Why he has had read many books? As you know that every day new inventions are going to be done by everyone. New things are being created by everyone. So in future, the pressure that you are having at this time, it will be, 2 times, 4 times more as compared to this time. It's going to be happen. We all know that, because new inventions are going to be added on that. Like after it, she said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house." He pointed without looking. He was not looking at any place. He was just looking at the book, and he pointed. There you are. In the house. He pointed without looking because he was busy reading in the attic. Margie was scornful. "School?" What there is to write about the school? Then she asks, what is it about? He answers, it's about school. Marky was scornful. School? What's there to write about the school? I hate school. But I love because I'm a teacher. So, Margy always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had given her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent to the county inspector. Basically, if it comes to study, then Margy is not good enough to, qualify the examination. And that is why Margy had to take another session with the teacher. Teacher, that's not the teacher, like it is going to be taught, okay? Not at this time. It's a surprise. Let's see what happens. So, he was a round little man with a red face and whole box with tools with the dials and wires. And he smiled at Margy and gave her an apple. Basically, if it comes to real teachers, we won't give up, we don't, try to convince any student, or we don't talk in that manner that student will feel like, oh, such a nice teacher he is. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about our teachers. I'm the one like, as yours, as you can imagine, okay? So, when she went to the county inspector, is a teacher, he's a mechanical teacher, and he has, made of machines. So, what happens then? Margy and gave her an apple, then took the teacher apart. Margy had hoped that he would know how to put it together again, but he knew how to, all right. And after an hour or so, there was it again, large and black and ugly with a big screen, where all lessons were shown and questions were asked. That wasn't so bad. The part Margy hated the most was the slot where she had to put the homework and test papers. Yes. We treat everything according to, situations. Just like you love your bed because you have a relation of comfortability with your bed, right? But you hate sticks because you are having relations with sticks. That is why you hate. So according to situation, according to your comfortability, everything is being liked by you or disliked by you. That's upon the situation, or that's upon the thing that you're getting from that instrument, okay? So she was hating at a place where she had to put she was hating that slot where she had to put the homework. What a great thing they're having. Thank God that is not existing at this time. Because how would we write in answer box? We used to write songs. It used to happen in my childhood. I have done it, okay? So I used to write songs at the slot. What is going to be happen if we would write songs and we would put in that slot, and then county inspector will calculate the whole marks within a second, and he will tell what the hell have you done with it, okay? It would said by him. Now the inspector had a smile after he was finished and patted the Margy head. He said to her mother, it's not her little girl's fault, Mr. Jones. I think the geography sector has geared a little too quickly. Those things happen sometimes. I've shown it up an average 10 years old level. Actually, the overall pattern of his progress is quite satisfactory. And he patted Margy's head again. How great the teacher is. In my class, when I used to be a student, our teacher used to come to the class, or even he used to come to my home. And he used to be like, this is the most... I have no words. Ma'am, what are you teaching him? Like, he talks the most in the class. He conversates every time. He doesn't study. And this teacher, it's saying like, don't worry, your student is going great. Your daughter is going great. She's getting good marks. And don't worry, I'll try to, enhance her knowledge in the sector. Don't worry, sector has been grown too much. So don't worry, I'll do that. My teacher? What are you, this is how he treats the teacher. He comments on every classes. He asks the disgusting questions. This is how he treats the teacher. I won't teach him. Just take it out of the school. Yeah, it used to happen in my childhood. Yeah, I was the most I mean, I was the type of student who used to ask questions a lot, and mostly teacher hates it. Okay, they just don't want to listen to any question. They just want to be on the point. Okay, so just think about the situation when teacher is going to be comfortable according to your knowledge. Okay, when he is saying that don't worry, label has been made by me with the average 10 years old girl. Okay, so according to her comfortability, I have just decreased my level. Really? He is decreasing his level, and our teacher used to say that increase your level, just learn according to me. Okay, just learn what I'm saying. Great, I'm just waiting for the moment, but we are not going to get that. Our grandson or maybe his grandson is going to grab this opportunity, but everything will be changed. Let's see what happens. So Margie was disappointed. She had been hoping that they would take a teacher away altogether. They had once taken the Tommy's teacher away for nearly a month because the history sector was blanked out completely. Look at Margie, she was disappointed and she wanted to get rid of the teacher. She wanted to get rid of the teacher. Do you know why? We all hate machines. Okay? We want real human beings. Okay? Even machines are connected to us. It's reality, but according to our comfortability. If it comes to that teacher, you can imagine that the expression that I'm going to speak at this moment, it won't be, he won't be able to do that. I'm pretty sure about it. Just look at Google Assistant and look at the teacher who is teaching. When I'm teaching you, when I'm saying something, I'm having pitch, downside, lies. Look at this. Sometimes I'm making pitch, sometimes I'm increasing treble, sometimes bass. Like there are so many things that happens in communication. But when it comes to any instrument or any machine, that sucks. Doesn't it? It happens a lot. So after that, so said she, Tommy, why would anyone write about school? Tommy looked at her face, very severe eyes. Because it's not our kind of school. Stupid. Oh. This is the old kind of school. And they had 100 years ago. Not 100 years. It's more than 150 years. That's all. Okay. Because, I've calculated. I'm not good at maths, but I have done it. Let's see. So, he added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully. Centuries ago. Okay, he was giving pressure on this word. Okay, so he's just telling her that the book does not belong to this generation. It was being read by us in history. Okay, after it, Margie was hurt. Well, I don't know what kind of school they had all that times ago. She read the book over his shoulder for a while and said, anyways, they had a teacher? Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. It wasn't a regular teacher. We are regular teacher. They are machines. That is going to be done in future, okay? They are telling us that they were not a regular teacher. Okay, so what? A man? How could a man be a teacher? Maybe she needs to look at this YouTube video. Well, he just told the boys and girls things and gave them homework and asked them questions. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Yeah, we teach our lessons and then we give homework and then we take the homework again. The same process goes on and on. Yeah, that's true. How did you know all those things? It's quite... Anyways, a man isn't smart enough. Sure he is. My father knows as much as my teacher. Look at the conversation they are doing at this time. Like, they're so simple and, such a cute conversation, no? When we talk about anything, we just, speak about any serious topic. And the conversation that is being done by them is quite different from us. That is why we enjoy listening to a conversation that are being done by any children. Okay, so we enjoy that. Even at this time when I'm teaching, I just go to nursery or lower classes. I enjoy conversating with them, and that is the best moment of life, I would say. If you are spending time with children, that is the best, minutes even you are having. Because you are meeting your history. Because the conversation that he is doing at this time, that is the same conversation that you were doing in your childhood. So you are looking at yourself if you're looking at a child. After it goes like, but my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit in the mind of each boy and girls. It teaches that each kid had to touch differently. Yes, in future, they will have their own teacher. They will have their particular teacher. But nowadays, what's happening? There are so many students who is sitting in a class and that teacher is teaching. It is so different. Yeah, that's true. It should have happened. Like in future, there will be a teacher for a student. There will be a teacher for a student. At the time, we are having more than 30 or 40 students in a class. And we are trying to teach them just like one. Okay, we are not teaching, particularly. Okay, so it will be great in future. Let's see what happens next. Just the same they didn't do up way then. If you don't like that, you don't have to read the book. Now he's telling her that if you're not liking that generation, you don't need to read the book because you'll feel bored if you're not liking it. I didn't say I didn't like that. Maggie said quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. Funny schools? Anyways, they weren't even half finished when Margie and her mother called. Maggie's school. Then what happens? Maggie looked up. Not yet, mama. She says, not yet, mama. I mean, when the situation is the same, still students saying, I don't want to go to school, then what type of change has been done by humans? They're still the same. If children are not, excited about schools, if children are not excited to watch my videos, then how the future generation had changed themselves? Now, mama says, now, it's probably time for Tommy too. Maggie said to Tommy, can I read this book for some more with you after the school? Now, he says, maybe. Like, when you're having something when your sister or your brother asks, Bhaiya, please Bhaiya, like, you're the best brother of this world, Bhaiya, please give that to me, na? Then you'll be like, yeah, maybe I'll give it to you. But I'm not promising it, okay? I'm not, you'll get that or maybe not. It's upon my mood. And he'll be like, Bhaiya, do you want anything? Just get my hotspot, get my chocolates, but just give that to me, please. It happens or not? Absolutely it happens with us. Next, he said, nonchalantly. He said nonchalantly. He walked away whistling, the duty of old book tucked in the breadth of his arm. Now, when he was walking, when he said, oh, maybe I'll give it to you, I'm not sure about it. Then he took his book just nearby his arm and then went away. Okay. Then what happens? Let's see. Maggie went to a schoolroom. It was right next to her bedroom. School was right next to her bedroom. Superb. And we need to travel more than 5 or 6 kilometers to get into schools. Superb. It was right to her next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher was on and waiting for her every day except Saturday and Sunday, because her mother said little girl learned better if they learned at regular hours. Do we use our phones at regular hours? Do we have a particular time when we use our phone? No, because we don't do anything at all excepting using the phone, okay? So there's nothing that we do. Basically, that is exactly what used to happen in that generation. I mean, that is going to be happening in that generation. When they're having machines, they can study at any time. They're not having the school that will open at a particular time and close at a particular time, okay? So they're quite different from us. And the same thing is at this time. And still, her mother says you need to read at a regular hour so that you'll be excited about that time, that it's 4 o'clock now, I'm going to read with mechanical teacher. Let's see what happens. After it, the strain lit up and said, today arithmetic lesson is doing on the addition of proper fraction. Please enter yesterday's homework on a proper slot. Maggie did so with a sigh. She was thinking about the old school that they had with the grandfather and grandmother was a little boy. All the kids from her neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the schoolyard. That's true. Like, we go to school not for getting the education, to meeting our friends, to enjoying new things in schools, to celebrate our holidays or with any celebrations. There are so many things that we do in our school except studying. Yes, right? So she is still thinking about the situation that we are having at this time. So we should be grateful for it. The situation that we are having, they're just crying for it, that they're wishing that we would have that situation. Okay, so we should be grateful for it. After it, you should be grateful that I'm your teacher. After it, all kids from the neighborhood came laughing and shouting at the schoolyard, sitting together in the schoolroom, going home together. At the end of the day, they learned about the same things, and so that they could help one another with the homework and talked about it. Yes, we help each other. We just don't tell the homework that which is the homework. We just write them. I just need 2 samosas. I'll complete your homework. Just give your copy to me. Okay, we are having offers in our schools. Not at this time. In my childhood, I used to do that. I wish you are also doing it, okay? So, I used to say that I need 4 samosas, 2 samosas, I'll complete 2 chapters of your notebook. Okay, so I used to do it a lot. Now, Margie was thinking about how kids must have loved in old days. She was thinking about the fun they had. Now, she is thinking about the fun that we are having at this time. We should be grateful for this moment that we are having at this time. So, if it comes to summary of this chapter, then this story tells about the future generation, and the future generation is talking about us, okay? The future generation are not having any book at all. They are not having textbook or copies or notebook. They are not having like that. They are having smart boards. They are studying with a teacher which is made of machines, okay? And even efficiency of the teacher would be 100 times better than me, okay? Because he's a machine. He'll be calculating every mark by looking at everything, okay? So, and now there are 2 children who is frustrated about their study that is happening at this time. I'm not sure about Tommy, but Margie is frustrated just because of their mechanical teacher, and his teacher is quite aggressive, and he treats her like, even the level of teaching has been enhanced multiple times, and that is why she is not able to understand what is teaching, and she is getting worse and worse in the studies. After that, now when she just went to her classes, that was just behind her bedroom. That's too cool, man. Now she goes to her class, and then she studies, and while studying, she thinks about us, that she was just thinking that how would they study, how did they study at that time. They would have so many friends in the school, and then they would study at the same time. So it would be awesome, like they're thinking about this. Now you should be grateful for it, like you are having teachers like us, okay? So in that, have you ever seen Google while laughing? No. Have you seen any machine laughing or making you that you can get from a human, okay? So I'm wish that I've made you happy, I've satisfied you with this chapter. Now I'm pretty sure that you have understood everything that has been taught by me, and the question answer cannot be completed by me. You need to complete that. For more information, I'll just put the homework at this time. Just look at anywhere. Like I'll the paste any picture if I'll be able to edit it. I'm not good at editing. I'm good at speaking. Okay. Thank you so much for learning this chapter with me, which is the fun they had. Okay. And thank you so much for subscribing, for getting latest update from this channel. Thank you so much for learning English with Vision, spoken English and grammar. Thank you so much for enhancing your communication skill with the help of me. And yeah, thank you so much for liking and subscribing this channel in order to get new videos. I wish everything is all right.